Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is Python and welcome back to Vintage Story. So let's get straight into all of the boo-boos I made in the last episode. Turns out there was a fair few, chief among which was the location of this farm we made in the last episode. Unfortunately, having close proximity to salt water will be enough to damage crops. Although interestingly, saying that, it looks like some of them are still growing. Maybe we just won't get as much of a yield when these are fully grown? I don't know. Either way, planting down a crop field next to salt water, aka the ocean, is not in your best interests. So what we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to be moving base area. I have earmarked a location just down here, and rather conveniently, there's an agricultural trader very nearby. It's some lovely terrain. It's all lovely and green over there. And honestly, I think it's going to be a fantastic place to set up. Now, having lots and lots of little bits and bobs all over the place here, I think it goes without saying there's going to be a fair few trips needed in order to move our base over to the new area. Another thing that was mentioned in the comments area was the fact you can actually make a hoe with stones, and as you can see, granite hoe head. I decided against doing that because I was making a whole bunch of copper stuffs anyway, so I just decided, why not just skip the stone tier? Go straight for copper. Why not? Now, going back to the farming, unfortunately, because we have tilled this here high fertility soil, it means we won't be getting this soil back. But that's not really too much of an issue because, as you can see in here, we still have, what, 81 bits of high fertility soil? We can make ourselves a heck of a big farm with all of this stuff at the new base area. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to today's episode. We're mostly going to be sort of correcting the boo-boos we made in the last one. And then we're going to get on with some charcoal pit making. And should we have the time for it, we'll also go ahead and finally dig up that tin ore deposit we found on the very first episode. Where is it on the map, in fact? Yeah, just down here. We found those tin nuggets at the surface, didn't we? And the good news is, copper pickaxes are enough to dig up tin. So yeah, got some good stuffs to come today, my friends. So if you're excited for today's episode, of course, drop a like. A massive thank you to all of you folks who have been supporting this series. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you're new around here and you don't want to miss out on my future content, hit that subscribe button. Now, the only other thing I've really done since the last episode is I've finally got my food situation sorted out. Certainly for now, anyway. I'm not entirely sure why there was a drifter here. Maybe he spawned in the copper deposit area down here. Is it dark down here? Oh, yeah, kinda. Okay. Maybe we should, like, block that off entirely then. And there we are. Ain't no drifters getting up to us now. But yeah, we've got hefty red meat turnip stews restoring a whopping 1,140 saturation. That's more than 2/3 of our entire hunger bar in one go. And then as a bit of a backup, we've also got ourselves a bunch of hefty almond mushroom, lobster mushroom stews restoring 480 saturation per time. So yeah, we're looking pretty good food-wise for once. Talking of food, we should be able to eat the stew and it restore almost all of our hunger bar. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. So, my friends, without further ado, let's start moving our stuff over to the new base area. Now, while I make my way over to the new base area, it's probably worth mentioning that, yes, you can use buckets to move clean water from little inland lakes to wherever your crop area is, but unfortunately for us, we can't make a bucket currently. Yes, we have the ability to make the flax twine, but it's these here wooden boards we don't have access to just yet because we don't have swords. We need an anvil to be able to make saw pieces. The base area I earmarked is behind me. I wonder if you can tell why I've decided to move. I mean, come on. Look at that terrain behind me. It looks like old Minecraft beta terrain generation. It's beautiful. Chaotic, but beautiful. One of the other reasons I'm moving to around these parts is because look at the soil and the grass. It is literally all medium fertility soil and it's several layers deep. which means this is a fantastic area for cropping, I would say. We also have ourselves a different kind of stone going on here, clay stone, which I do believe is a sedimentary rock, which means, I think, you can get coal spawn in these parts, which is super useful. Oh, hey, look at this. Already finding ourselves some stuffs to get noted down. Claystone copper nuggies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new base area. We're basically going to center it around this lovely little lake here. And then just to the south of this lake, as you can see on the mini-map there, we've got ourselves a trader. And I gotta say, I really, really love this naturally generated build. A nice little trader house on stilts because it's in the water here. How awesome is that? So, here's what I'm thinking. I think we dig ourselves out a little bit of a sort of project area, dugout, hidey hole kind of dealio. And then over time, we can evolve this area to look like whatever we want it to look like. We're going to have ourselves a nice little house eventually with a nice lake here surrounded by crops. It's going to be a good time. I think this is a really nice looking area. And I think it'll be even nicer if it ever decides to stop raining. A thought occurs. We're picking up all this claystone rock, and we actually do have clay on us. So far as I can remember, if you put clay in the center and surround it with any rock, yeah, claystone cobblestone. Alright, well, let's see how this looks. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Looking at it from the outside. Yeah. I mean, I know I said that I was just going to make this into like a bit of a hidey hole project area mini base, but, you know, there's nothing stopping us from making it look good, right? Oh! No, 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 no. Ah, I was just on the cusp of finding something amazing there. Look! Look at this! Lead orbits on the floor right next to our base area! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, wait, no, hang on, hang on. Might have a chance it. Yeah! Son of a gun. Whew. Wow, that got a little bit close for comfort there. Wow, and they only give bushmeat as well. Bushmeat is, like, not that great. It's like a poor man's red meat, isn't it, in this game? Ah, well, all food is good food, right? When I was scouting this area out, I legit didn't know there was a lead deposit here. So, yeah, not only do we have a tin deposit to dig up now, we've got ourselves a lead deposit as well. So I'm just in the process of picking up some cattail so I can make myself some nice rudimentary chests at my new base area. And, well, as you can see, I'm also deciding to pick up the roots. That way, I can place down the cattails and have them grow slightly more nearby our base. Maybe we could have the little lake near our base be like a multi-function lake. Not only will it host a crop farm, but maybe it can host a cattail farm as well. Eventually, it'll be super nice for our base area to be like the one-stop shop for all of the more major resources we need in this game. Ah. How lovely and convenient that would be. Ah, yeah. Just over 40 cattail roots gathered. I think that's a pretty decent amount to make a farm out of, actually. Now I really need to get home and have some food, only I was foolish enough not to bring any food with me. Oh, yeah. Check it out, my friends. We've got ourselves our first fruit tree of the series. Pear tree. Very nice. So, if we just left this to grow, eventually we'll have ourselves a supply of pear fruits to come. Nice. No way. Even more lead orbits? This really is literally right next to our base. Wow, we're finding all of things. Right, lead. Let's go for blue, actually, so we don't get it confused with the tin we found earlier in the series. Hey, here we go, my friends. Finally. Rudimentary storage. And now I can get on with doing all the other trips, bringing stuff over here, finally. So real quick, I'm just investigating what we can actually do with lead in this game. So if we go for lead ingots, it looks like we can make some ingredients needed for the night vision mask, something I've never ever tried to go for before. We've also got leaded glass panes, which look really quite nice. They just require glass, 4 boards, and a lead ingot. Wait, really? An entire lead ingot just to make yourself 4 glass panes? That's kind of wild. I really hope that the lead deposits are quite big in which case, because otherwise that is a rubbish conversion rate. What else have we got? We've got lead solder bars? Oh, interesting. They're required in the distilling of liquids. Another thing I've never tried to do in this game so far. What else have we got? Lead funeral mask. And then we sort of get into the sort of building blocks side of things. Lead blocks. Oh, 6 plates. Each one requires 2 lead ingots. So 12 lead ingots for 1 lead block. That is nuts. Oh, I can't help it. The explorer in me really wants to see if there's any ores or different types of stone to be had in these little surface caves here. Oh, a rusty gear. Hey, don't mind if I do. Granite rock, sandstone. Okay, not coming across any sandstone just yet up until now. Oh, good lord. Python, get out of here. You're going to die. Oh, my word. There's a bowthorn in here as well. There's 2 bowthorns in here. No, this was the terrible idea. Get out of here, Python. Get out of here, man. Okay, Python. Don't let the explorer get the better of you. You've got a task. Move your stuff from your old base to your new base. Stick to it. How could I not want to look in here, though? This is a substantial cave entrance, isn't it? Hey, look at that. Yeah, another rusty gear. Okay, no. Python, get out of here before dudes start spawning in. Come on, bud. Don't be a dingleberry. Oh, get out of town. Copper, just sort of out in the open. Wait, is it only 1? Oh, no, hang on. There's a couple, at least. Oh, no, hang on. There's a 3rd one. 10 chunks of native poor copper, which is enough for 150 units or just over 1 ingot's worth. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And ladies and gentlemen, finally, the 3rd and final trip between bases. As you can see, got a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, we got here just in time because it's about to become nighttime. Nice. But yeah, we've got all of our seeds and all of our various other sort of generic bits and bobs. And more importantly than anything, a whole bunch of chests. Right, let's get things organized, shall we? So, with my new base area and storage all nicely organized, I think the next thing I'd like to do today is to make a charcoal pit. And then while the charcoal pit is doing its thing, we'll get on with making ourselves a crop farm and placing down all of those cattail roots that we got ourselves before. So, what we need in order to make ourselves a charcoal pit is a ton of wood, and I really do mean a ton. Like, this axe I have on me right now might not even be enough to make a decently sized charcoal pit. So, let's scout out a bunch of trees that look like they have a good amount of wood to them. I mean, I think this one here is a good start. With charcoal pit making in this game, you can make the pit a variety of different sizes. Needless to say, the bigger the pit you dig out, the more amount of wood, or actually technically firewood, you're going to need in order to fill it. So I think what I'm going to do in my case is go for, I don't know, maybe a 3x3 by 2 block high charcoal pit. That's going to require a good amount of wood, but we should get ourselves a good amount of charcoal at the end of it. Wait, what the heck? Not 1, but 2 fruit trees, literally right next to each other. Bro, we've got to note this down. 2 fruit trees. This thing is gonna be nuts. We are gonna be eating like kings eventually. I'm genuinely staggered that we've had ourselves 2 fruit trees right next to each other. That just doesn't happen. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can you see that on the right-hand side? There seems to be a tree with crimson-coloured leaves. And by the way, that was the last tree we needed to chop down. But still, I want to see what the heck is going on here. Wow. Crimson maple leaves. I mean, is there a chance we can get ourselves, like, a crimson maple sapling? Is that even a thing? Oh, no way! I think we actually just got one! Crimson maple seed! Nice! Random side note, this little lake here, which was neighboring where I just chopped down that crimson maple tree, Look at how deep this goes. What the heck, bro? I can't even see the bottom. Okay, no, that's terrifying. I don't like that. Get out of here, Python. It's probably worth noting we didn't have to go for all one kind of log. You can go ahead and mix and match the types of logs, and no matter what kind of log you use, you will still just get firewood. I just decided to pick up all one kind of log because A, inventory management is easier as a result, and B, we can sort of, you know, see how many logs we have in a slightly more easier way. Shall I surround the trader's lake with crimson maple trees? Oh, dude, I think that would look so boss. So I'll tell you what, let's go and do that. Let's go ahead and spread them around just a little bit. Maybe nice and sparse for now. If we're lucky enough to get ourselves some more in the future, then yeah, of course, we'll go ahead and plant down some more. Will sprout in about 1 day. Yeah, trees do take a fair amount of time to grow in this game, so yeah, definitely patience is required. And talking of patience, how about we get this charcoal pit dug out, eh? So there we are, 3x3x2 charcoal pit dug out. Now we're going to take our firewood, we're going to shift control and place them so they place nice and quickly. And then with the axe we need to make ourselves a whole bunch more of these firewood bits. And as you probably just saw, converting the wood into firewood does indeed take a bunch of axe durability. As a result, it's a very real possibility we might wind up running out of copper axe. I wasn't kidding when I said you need a lot of axe durability to get these things going, but believe me, they are well worth it. So let's begin on our second layer here. And there's the last of the axe. Yikes. Okay, do I have any copper left over? Let's have a look in here. 100 units. So we do have ourselves enough to get ourselves another axe. Okay, very good. I need to set up a fire pit first. Just need ourselves some more peat so we can get the fire pit up to temperature. So one of the things you guys were saying in the comments area is we should try to mix the types of fuel that we use, in that we don't just use coal to heat up a fire pit from 0 degrees. What we're going to do instead is we're going to use the peat here to heat this up to its maximum, 900, and then we go at it with the coal, so we're not using as much of the coal as fuel to convert the solidified copper into molten copper. So as you can see, temperature rising very, very nicely. Alrighty, fire pit up to 900 degrees, as is the crucible, and it's still solidified. Okay, so now we chuck in the black coal, and once this flame runs out and we consume the coal, the temperature should start rising again. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that there is a crazy amount of depth to this game. There really is. And I must say, I really appreciate all of the hints and tips coming in via the comments. Thank you very much, my friends. They are genuinely helpful. Okay, so there we are. 950 plus-ish degrees Celsius, and this becomes molten copper again. Right, now, where are my tongs? There they are. On the offhand they go. Get this in here. And let's get ourselves another axe made. So there, down goes the final load of firewood. Now what we need to do is we need to cover this up. And then we need to light ourselves a little bit of a fire pit on top. Right, before we do that, though, we need to grab ourselves another block of dirt. Because as soon as we light this, we have a certain amount of time to basically, you know, shield this entire thing off. So let's go ahead and light this bad boy. And then we do a little bit of that. And what should happen now is the whole area should wind up smoking. And that tells you that the charcoal pit is in progress. Is it, though? I can't see any smoke. I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if this charcoal pit is actually going or not. And I fear as soon as I get rid of this to check, the whole lot is just blown. Ah, right. Okay, apparently the location wasn't sort of, I guess, airtight enough. So I just put down a whole bunch more blocks sort of roughly around it. And now, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of smoke coming out. And that is what we needed. So, that is going to all convert into charcoal over time. So while it's doing that, why don't we, A, have ourselves a bit of a sleep, and then B, make a bit of a start on our little farming lake here. Just one final finishing touch for our little base area here. A little bit of door action, I think, is in order. So let's get that bad boy chucked right there. And there we are. We've got ourselves a nicely secured off area. I think step one here is to get rid of all of the foliage. That way we have a slightly better idea as to the amount of space we have to work with. Borax? Wait, what? There's borax underneath it. Wait, that's massive. I seem to recall borax being required for something pretty high-end. I'll be honest with you, I can't actually remember. Let's have ourselves a bit of a look. So we've got borax right here, grinds into powdered borax, and you can use that to make white dye, diluted borax, and then the diluted borax can be used in leather working. Yeah, very, very good. So at some point, we're going to need to dig underneath it so we can get to the borax. I can't believe how resource-rich this area is actually turning out to be. Copper to the north, 2 loads of lead nearby. We've got borax as well. I dare say if we looked around long enough, maybe we could find ourselves some coal. Now, regarding these berry bushes, you guys were saying that apparently you could take cuttings off of them now. Wait, was that a cutting? No, that's just plant debris. How do you take cuttings? Maybe with an axe? I don't think we... Wait, what was that? Blackberries. Oh, okay, so some of them were actually harvestable. Ah! I've got it! So, shift, hold right-click, and as you can see, a cutting can be taken again in 12 months. But ultimately, yeah, look at this. I've got 2 loads of blackberry bush cuttings. Hey! Uh-oh. Oh no, it's another wolf. Dude, you stay away. The only thing is, these 2 aren't much good. Thin-skinned fruit, minus 35% ripe duration, and then sparsely clustered berries, minus 30% harvest speed. That doesn't sound all that great, does it? If we want to get ourselves berry bush cuttings, we're going to want to try and find ourselves some slightly better ones, right? I can't believe how much depth there is now to even just berry bushes. I find that completely crazy. All right, what's this one here? What's that? Is that just a box standard one? I think it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and take ourselves a cutting here. And we'll investigate it. Yeah, it's just a bog standard blackberry cutting. We've got one here, which is minus 15% yield. Hell no, I don't want that. Oh, we got a trade-off with this one. Minus 15% yield, but plus 30% harvest speed. I don't like the fact that there's minus yield, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that one. This one is just a bog standard one. And then with all of this plant debris we're picking up, we can use it to make compost. And as you can see with the compost, it helps boost the nutrient levels of any block of soil, most notably the nitrogen levels at a whopping 40% boost. Totally not me getting distracted looking for berry bushes that have like all positive traits to them. Oh man, why am I like this? I get distracted so easily, man. Hey, check this out. What is that? Lead ore again. Wow. This is a really lead-rich area, isn't it? Oh, man. White currants. This one has 2 positive traits, but then we've still got minus 15% yield. Oh. I'm tempted to take it just because it has 2 positive traits. Oh, go on then. Screw it. If we come across any berry bushes that have, like, just negative traits, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of them. What's this? Like, this I would just skip. What about this one? Hey, look at that! Plus 15% yield. Nice. We're going to sell some cranberry bushes to be had, both normal ones. I wonder if there's a way to give existing berry bushes, like, positive traits. Like, maybe you feed certain nutrients to them or something, and then they have maybe a chance of having a positive trait applied to them. That, my friends, would be next level depth. 4 blackberry bushes. Health state barren. Oh dear, that doesn't sound very good. Can I still get a cutting from it at the very least? Looks like it. Blackberry cutting. Yeah, okay, I think we're pretty good. If they're barren, we might as well just, you know, get rid of these, right? And make compost with the cuttings. At least then, even the barren plants are still useful in some way, shape, or form. All right, distractions over. As you can see, I've finally defoliaged. That's not a word, but we'll roll with it. We've defoliaged this area, and this is the space we have to work with. I think probably the first thing I want to do is maybe cut away some of the dirt you see here, so we got a larger amount of space surrounding the lake. And then I'm thinking we place ourselves a bunch of high fertility soil. So with the land cut away just a little bit, what say we get ourselves a whole bunch of high fertility soil placed down, and then what we're going to do is till it. By having all this high fertility soil be adjacent to the water source you see here, it means we should always have like a minimum moisture level going forward. So yeah, fact of the matter is, this is actually a very, very good location for us to be doing this. Now to get on with hoeing all of this high fertility soil. And there we are. Tilled high fertility soil. As you can see, the moisture level is already 100%. I don't even have to water this. Well, that's actually kind of nuts. Anyway, we've got ourselves some rough-hewn maple fences. And now what we're going to do is we're going to surround this entire area with them. Ah, on a slightly bad note, that was my last meal, I just say. Wow. There's me saying at the beginning of the episode how my food situation was sorted out for a fair while. And here I am, back to square one with the food situation. Oh, no. Well, that is the lake now completely inaccessible to farm animals and whoever else would want to eat my growing crops. Question, do we want to till and grow stuff upon these sort of diagonally adjacent blocks? I mean, as you can see, they're not like directly adjacent to the water, but sort of diagonally. Ah, screw it. We have ourselves a watering can, so we might as well just do the whole freaking lot, right? So then, seeds-wise, we've got ourselves a heck of a lot of rye. We've got some soybeans, turnips, we've got one cabbage seed left, and a couple of onion seeds. Oh, no. That means I left all of my flax planted at the coastal base. Ah, I really need that flax as well. Ah, sod it. Let's just go for these. What have we got here? We've got 13 turnip seeds. Growth time only 7 days. That seems like a pretty good one to go for. And then if we get ourselves a bunch of rye and we combine that with a whole bunch of berries, we can make ourselves a whole bunch of porridge for a nice sort of mid-tier food source. Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to do farming stuffs here, Wolf. I don't think my spear has enough durability to take down this guy either. Ah, rats! Look at this dude. He's just staring at my new farmland like, oh, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to have all of his crops and then I'm going to kill him too. Yeah, walk away, sunshine. Go on, keep walking. Bye. Come on then, turnips. Let's get you planted down, finally, shall we? Ah, that almost filled up that little quadrant right there. As you can see, I've got myself some gates going on with a little bit of cobblestone. I will put down some more high fertility soil in the middle of this lake here, just so we can maximize the amount of crops we have. But yeah, as you can see, wait, where is it? Oh, I think I put my high fertility soil away. There wasn't a great deal left, basically. Do we still have some high fertility soil somewhere? I think I might have dug up all of the deposits I've found so far. Yeah. All right, we're going to have to get lucky enough to find some more then at some point. But yeah, I figured maybe we should have like one quadrant for each type of crop. So let's go grab all of the, what was it, spelt? Oh, hello. Bye-bye. Yeah, we're going to grab out all of the rye. That's what it is, rye seeds. We'll get ourselves a load of rye planted down, and then we'll see if we can't figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this space. Hang on a minute. We've got ourselves an agricultural trader here. Maybe this guy sells a bunch of seeds. We can buy bread. Cool. We can buy cooked red meat as well. Honeycomb. Wow, okay. And a whole bunch of little acorn sapling things. So we've got 280 saturation and 8 of the cooked red meat per trade, or we've got 300 saturation with the rye bread here. And again, 8 per trade. Grain is one of the bars we are lacking in, so do you know what? I might actually go for 2 loads of rye bread. Boom. There we go. Thank you very much, buddy. Oh, yeah. Look at that grain bar go up. We're now up to over 20 health points. Alrighty, folks. I do believe it's foraging time. We've got plenty of food to keep us going. What I'm looking for are naturally occurring crops on the ground, more specifically ones that we don't already have, or more so have at our new base area. So yes, flax is going to be one of the things I want to try and grab plenty of. Whoa! Look at this view, though. Holy crap. Bro, that is like literally a postcard right there. Wow. That's quite something. This game really is so beautiful, though, isn't it? In how it looks. If there was ever a video game world I wanted to live in, I think it would have to be this one. Like, honestly, it's just so pretty. Really? You bait me in with the flax, and then it turns out it belongs to the treasure hunter trader. Can't believe he won't share his flax with me. What kind of unneighborly behavior is that? Not that I was trying to steal the flax from him without his say-so. Yeah. Got some spelt going on here. Oh, go on. Let there be some flax around here. Okay, so we've got some more rye. I'm not too fussed about that. It's this I'm fussed about. Yeah. Flax. I don't really mind too much just, you know, destroying these, because in most cases, I seem to get a seed from them, which is all I'm looking for at the end of the day. So there we are. 10 flax seeds, 16 spelt, and a couple of turnips I found randomly as well. All right, we're not doing too bad with this little forage sesh. What's this? Onions. Yeah. Whoa. Hello. Meteoric iron. Wow, okay, so I was on my way back to the original base so I could just, like, uproot all of the seeds I did have planted down. Because I was just sort of at that point, I'm running out of time to record, and I was like, we might as well just take our old seeds, right? And here we are. Meteoric iron. This is a massive, massive upgrade, so we definitely do want to make a note of where this is. We'll go with purple, pickaxe, and there we are. Requires a tier 4 iron tier tool to break. It's going to be a while before we get to that point, my friends. But yeah, very, very glad to have found that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I know. This might be a complete waste of growth progress and such here, me uprooting all this. But yeah, I want the flax seeds. Ah, even at growth stage 4 out of 5. When you've actually planted it down yourself, you still get some produce. Nice. Hey, look at that. We're inadvertently fixing our food situation. So here we are with the remainder of the turnip quadrant done. Now we're going to turn our attention to the flax. Let's get ourselves a section of this planted down. There we are. That's a pretty good amount. And what else have we got? We've got spelt. We've got onions. We haven't got enough onions to fill up the area, though. We do, however, have enough spelt. Okay, so we've got flax for flax twine. We've got ourselves rye, so we can make ourselves porridge and eventually bread, I guess. We've got veggies, so we can have that as an accompaniment to various meat meals. And then, yeah, spelt. Maybe we can use that to make porridge and bread later down the line as well. All right, very good. 4 servings of hefty turnip onion stew. Nice. Wait, hang on a minute. Can't we mix grains and vegetables together? It isn't just grains and fruits together, right? 600 saturation with the turnip onion stew. So let's get that put in the crock. We'll get that placed back on there. Then we go at it with a little bit of this. Ah, yes. Spelt porridge with turnip. Wait, what is going on? Please don't tell me that's a bear. It is a bear. Okay, we might actually be in trouble here. This guy is just circling Trying to get into my crop farm. I'm not about to allow that, buddy. Why don't you, get on your merry way? Go on. Bye-bye. So then, is it time to get ourselves some cattails planted down? I think so. I think we're just going to line the water that's alongside the high fertility soil here. Oh, no way. We've got the entire perimeter planted down as well. Oh, very, very good. So yeah, check this out, my friends. The moisture levels don't seem to be going any lower than 75%. Alright, it really does pay to have high fertility soil right next to clean water, huh? In terms of populating the middle of the lake with high fertility soil for even more crop farming, I think what I'll do is I'll save this until I find myself another deposit of high fertility soil. Let's get ourselves some sleep. And then, to wrap up the episode, we're going to go dig up some tin and lead. Do you know what? As basic as this lake farm build is, I really like how organic it looks. It's not just a square shape or anything like that. We just took the existing lake and adapted it to make it our own. Now, for any of you guys wondering why I am going for the tin deposit to wrap up today's episode, you can use that and combine it with copper to make yourselves tin bronze. And that is going to offer some upgrades on your tools and weaponry over just having copper tools and weaponry. It'll give you bonus durability, maybe some bonus damage, maybe a little bit of bonus mining speed, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, believe me when I say, this tin we're going to collect, it's going to be worth it. Alrighty, we're approaching where the tin bits on the surface were. Yeah, here we go, tin ore bits. Oh man, I really, really hope that this is going to be a decently sized vein with a decent quality. Alright, I think we've just bumped into it. Ah! It's poor quality. In which case, I hope that this is going to be a decently sized ore vein to sort of make up for the poor quality. Oh, and don't worry about the pickaxe durability. Thankfully, for once, I was smart enough to bring a backup pickaxe with me. That's right, your boy is actually prepared for once. Alert the media. Normally, I'm awful at being prepared, aren't I? Ah, come on. Don't let that be the end of the ore vein already. I feel like we barely found anything there. What have we got there? 17 chunks? 5 units per chunk. Wow. 17 times 5 is, 85? So we've got 85 units of tin here. That's not even enough to make a full tin ingot. Ah, well, the good news is in order to make tin bronze, we don't actually need a great deal of the tin units. As you can see, we've got the ratios of how much of one kind of metal versus the other we need in order to actually make tin bronze. So let's just work with round numbers here. So if we take 10% tin versus 90% copper, what that means for us is for every 1 bit of tin, we need 9 bits of copper, and that will be enough to give us some tin bronze. Working with alloys is definitely going to be something we do in the next episode because, yeah, like I say, tin bronze is a nice upgrade over just bog standard copper stuffs. So, with that grabbed, why don't we go see about the lead nearby our base? So here we are with the lead bits. All we need to do, once again, is dig down until we find the lead. And that took absolutely no time at all. Wait, it's rich in quality. We might actually have a substantial amount of lead here, folks. All right, well, let's see how many units we get per chunk. 25? Only 4 of these are needed to make a lead ingot? Wow. So me talking about how we would need decently sized lead veins in order to justify the conversion rate of lead to lead window panes? Yeah. Okay, seems like they've thought about that. Blimey, 24 times 25 units of lead. That is a great amount of lead. Holy guacamole. All right, well, let's delete that one. And let's head on over to another lead deposit. Hey, quality rich again. All right, does this extend beyond just one ore? Oh dear. Is it really only one? Oh man. How could you bait me in like that? Oh, go on then. We'll go for the deposits right by our lake here. I didn't really want to because I want to enjoy how nice this looks just a little while longer, but well, needs must, eh? Let's grab some more lead. And you know what? We might as well go for the borax while we're at it, right? And again, quality rich. Is it always rich when it's within claystone? I mean, if so, that is amazing. Oh, look at that, my friends. We found the borax as well. But as you can see, requires tool tier 3. In other words, my copper one is not enough to break it. So yeah, tin bronze. It's going to be a worthwhile upgrade in the next episode, eh? I'm pretty sure that is indeed a tier 3 tool. It really does seem like this new base area is coming up all Python, eh, my friends? Absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, we are still finding lead left, right, and center. We're almost at a full stack of lead ore bits. In fact, we're over a full stack. That totals up to an amount of units that I can't even fathom. Alright, finally, my friends, I think we've come to the end of the lead deposit. But yeah, there we are with the borax. I'm so happy about this base location. It is incredible. Let's see how many nuggets we actually get out of all of the ores we just dug up. So there we are. We've got 20 pieces of tin, and that's actually exactly enough to get 1 tin ingot. Now though, my friends, oh my word, rich crystallized chunk of galena, aka lead, 50 units. Then we got all this. Then we got all this. Oh my god. So 20 pieces give you an ingot. So what, it's roughly, what, 6 ingots per stack of 128. So that's 6, 12, 18, at least 20 ingots worth of lead. So here we are, penultimate odd job for today. Get the moisture levels back up to 100% because that means we'll have a growth speed of 109% as opposed to only 90-something% with 75% moisture levels. Oh, dude, this is such a nice area to be now, isn't it? And the last thing to do is to check on our charcoal deposit. Oh my goodness me, look at it all. Woo-hoo-hoo! Beautiful. Just beautiful. We're going to have such a crazy amount of charcoal here. It's unbelievable. Ah, rats. Oh, there goes my shovel. And here we are, the last of the charcoal. How much did we get? A stack and 3/4? Oh, my word. Or 110 in grand total. My goodness me, that will definitely keep us going for a good amount of time. So then, on that happy note, it's time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you folks have enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed recording it. I've been having a blast with this game. I just love it so much. I really do. If you don't want to miss out on my future content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And of course, goes without saying, any hints, tips, feedback, suggestions, constructive criticism, it's always welcome in the comments area down below. For now, though, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!